Welcome back to Coffee Talks. Jared Jackson.
So, here we are, back in the studio. It's been a long week. I'm home. You know how you get home at the end of the week sometimes, and you just beat to death? You don't want to talk to anybody. You don't want to socialize. Well, actually, you kind of do. You want to go out and party a little bit sometimes. What time is it right now? It's like 6:30. Perfect time in the evening to just relax, chill out. I'm gonna have a glass of wine. If Steve, my buddy Steve Morrison, if he's watching this, he's probably going, "Oh, hell no." Because, yeah, I'm sipping on some wine right now. God dang, that's terrible. Whatever. It's called Rosada Scarlet Semi-Sweet Red. And this stuff is legit. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not much of a wine person. Or, wine in the traditional sense, I guess. Like that super bitter stuff. I like my wine a little sweeter. Let's get this glass going. I'm chill. I'm calm. Say something, Steve. That was the good stuff too. I'd like to have a cigar, but I don't like to smoke in the studio here. Me and Skis hopefully are gonna do that outside of the studio while we're filming some outside videos at some point once it gets super nice. But anyway, I'm home. I'm relaxing. There was something I wanted to talk about. I was driving through this city. In this city, I was going through this neighborhood, and the neighborhood's under construction. So the houses are being built. There's these guys, moving all over the place. There's dirt all over the road. There's machinery. There's houses that are half built. And I had this interesting thought as I'm driving through this neighborhood. The thought that I had was, we all know what a construction worker looks like, right? There's all kinds of guys that I'm seeing as I'm driving through this neighborhood. They've got their tool belts on, they're dirty, they look like they're just wore out. And I had this thought come into my head. A lot of these guys are probably building these houses, and it was a beautiful neighborhood. And I had this thought that these guys that are putting up these beautiful neighborhoods, they're not even on the level of the houses that they're building, right? Financially. The house that they're building, these neighborhoods that they're putting up, they probably couldn't even afford to move into that neighborhood. Now, I'm not saying that everybody who's in construction is poor or broke or anything. Far from it. But just the thought that, these guys probably couldn't buy these houses, okay? I know the houses I was looking at. I know what, basic construction work pays. So, I'm driving through this neighborhood and I'm thinking, let's think 2 years down the road. When this entire neighborhood is completely finished, it's built up, there's people living here now. If one of these construction workers was to come back, and now he's in his regular clothes, and he just wants to walk around and look at all of the beautiful structures and this beautiful neighborhood that he had a part in creating. If he was to come back, the thought I had was, it's very possible that if he was to just walk down the street of some of these neighborhoods, just to look at some of the houses that he had put up, it's very possible that somebody might have called the cops on him or said, "Hey, there's a suspicious guy walking around our neighborhood. We need to go, get rid of this dude." I guess I kind of laugh about that, but it's not funny at all, really. But that was kind of the thought I had. You know, what if one of these guys was to come back? What kind of a, you know, the world that we live in. And I don't like to talk about, you know, the racism and this and that and all that. But it was a lot of black guys. It was a lot of Mexican guys that I saw working on all of these construction buildings. You think if one of them was to just come back and try to walk through that neighborhood just to see some of these houses after everything was created, you know, it's very possible the world that we live in, somebody's going to walk up to him and say, hey, you know, can I help you? What are you doing on this street? What are you doing in this neighborhood? We're calling the cops. You need to get out of here. You know, that's kind of the world we live in now. It's very possible that that would happen. And it was just such a sad thought to think about, you know? I'm cruising through here, I'm going, these guys are out here giving their blood, their sweat, their tears, they're putting their bodies through so much, you know, they're working in the rain, in the mud, in the heat. And the simple fact that he wouldn't really be able to just walk down that street by himself without people probably harassing him. You know, and I understand. You say, Jackson, it's creepy to have some dude come and walk down the street and just look at your house. You know, I get that. But from this, eliminating all of that excess from this conversation and just thinking about it from the perspective of that certain construction worker not having any bad intentions while he's visiting this neighborhood and kind of how people would probably treat him. You know, once again, like I said, it was a bunch of Mexican guys and white and black guys. There were a few white guys moving around. There was a lot of Mexican guys and black guys, and just, come on, we all know, you know, the way this world kind of goes sometimes. It was just a sad thought to think that, you know, they probably would just get some of the, you know, it wouldn't be good treatment. And that was a crazy thought. But I guess the lesson to take out of all that is, you know, just be careful how you approach people. Be careful how you treat people that you don't know. You know, yes, if someone's standing outside your house, you should take caution. You should be protected. You should understand that the world is not safe, of course. You know, you should handle these situations carefully and cautiously, but always handle people, you know, try your best if possible, you know how to read the situation and try your best to give a certain measure of respect to everybody that you come in contact with, because you never know what kind of story that person has, why they're at this specific point in their life, what they're doing here, and you never know what they've been through. So yes, be careful, be cautious around people, but if you see someone and you interact with someone, just a stranger somewhere, always keep it in the back of your mind that you never know that person's story until they tell it to you, really. You know? So if you don't know someone's story, you really shouldn't just judge that person and, you know, immediately make up in your mind what that person is and what they're doing there and why they're there. Now, I understand, I'm guilty of it too. It's easy for us to do that. So people have to deal with really terrible acceptance from other people. A lot of people have to deal with that. And for those of us who are easily accepted by the world and people around us, we take it for granted a lot of times that people have to go through stuff like this. So that was just kind of the thought that I had. And, you know, it's just something to think about. Really, really sad, I guess, some of the things that the way life goes, you know, just, you know, I understand a lot of it. Some of it, you know, it's just sad to think about. But we are relaxing. We are enjoying wine tonight. Steve, say something. Come at me, bro. Come at me, Steve. What you gonna do? I'm getting out of here. Like I said, it's like 6:30. It's beautiful time of day. I'm gonna go get in my truck. I got a nice truck. I'm gonna roll the windows down. It's the perfect temperature outside. It's like 60 degrees. Nice little breeze blowing. So that's what I do in the evenings. When I come back for the weekend, it calms me down, relaxes my mind. You know, I'll have a sip of something like this, or coffee. We do coffee talks too, and I'll go cruise in my truck. Just roll the windows down, put some nice tunes on, and just drive. So that's what I'm gonna go do now. Enjoy this evening. And this wine is amazing, Steve. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Now we're gonna send you on off to bed. I'm gonna take care of my evening. You take care of yours, and we'll catch you in the next Coffee Talks. Later.